Did you know that an average person spends over 2 hours a day on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Reels? And here is the scary part. It's not just a habit. It's rewiring your brain for constant distraction. Think about it. How many times have you opened Instagram or TikTok today, planning to spend just 5 minutes only to realize an entire hour has vanished? Let's talk about the science behind why you can't stop scrolling through social media. It all comes down to something called variable rewards theory. Now, I know it might sound strange to draw parallels between humans and lab experiments, but there is a famous study from the 1950s that sheds light on this behavior. Psychologist B.F. Skinner conducted experiments with rats to understand how rewards influence behavior. He placed rats in a box with a lever. When the rats pressed the lever, they would sometimes get small treats, sometimes larger treats, and sometimes nothing at all. The key was that the rewards were unpredictable. There was no pattern to when or what they would get. Do you know what happened? The rats became obsessed with pressing the lever. They didn't know when the next reward would come, so they kept pressing it compulsively, hoping for the next hit. This behavior is called variable ratio enforcement, and it's one of the most powerful ways to create a habit. This principle applies to social media too. When you scroll, you're essentially pressing that lever. You don't know what's coming next. Will it be a funny meme, an exciting update, or just another boring post? That unpredictability keeps you hooked, just like a slot machine. Here's where the brain chemistry kicks in. Every time you anticipate a reward, whether it's a like, comment, or a viral video, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to motivation and pleasure. But here is the twist. Dopamine isn't just about the reward itself. It's about the chase. The more unpredictable the reward, the bigger the dopamine spike. Remember how we talked about losing hours to scrolling? This is why. Your brain is being rewired to crave constant stimulation, and it's costing you more than just time. So ask yourself, is your brain working for you, or are you letting social media take control? Now that we have talked about the science of dopamine and variable rewards, let's talk about the impact on your mental health. Constantly switching between emotional stimuli, laughing at a funny cat video, frowning at a sad story, then gasping at shocking news is exhausting. Your brain isn't built to handle so many emotions in such a short time. It's like running a mental marathon without even realizing it. Over time, this emotional whiplash can lead to mental fatigue, making it harder to focus, think clearly, or even relax. Remember we talked about how unpredictable rewards keep you hooked? Well, this emotional roller coaster is the hidden cost. Your brain is being overloaded and it's taking a toll on your mental health. So the next time you pick up a phone, ask yourself, is this scroll worth a mental marathon? And then there is the toll of comparison. Social media is full of highlight reels, perfect vacations, dream jobs, flawless relationships. But what you are seeing isn't real life. It's a curated version of reality designed to impress. When you are constantly bombarded with these perfect moments, it's easy to feel like your life is falling behind. Why isn't my life that exciting? Why don't I look that happy? This comparison game doesn't just chip away at your self-esteem. It also steals your attention. Remember dopamine and unpredictable rewards? Well, this comparison trap is another layer of the same problem. When you compare your life to someone else, your brain gets pulled away from what really matters. So instead of focusing on your own goals, you're stuck in a constant loop of scrolling, comparing, and feeling inadequate. And this constant distraction makes it even harder to concentrate on tasks that require deep focus, such as work, studying, or even having a meaningful conversation. So, how do you break free from this cycle and take back control of your attention span? Let's face it, scrolling keeps us occupied. It fills every spare moment, and without it, we often feel like there's nothing much to do. But breaking free isn't just about stopping, it's about solving the two-piece problem of doom scrolling. Number one, removing access to addictive apps or devices. And number two, replacing the void with something meaningful. Addressing only one part often leads to relapse. And if you quit social media without a plan to fill the time, you'll likely replace it with another form of scrolling. And if you try to cut back without reducing access, you will constantly battle an algorithm designed to hijack your attention. So let's tackle the first piece of the problem. Removing access to addictive apps or devices. The first step is to create distance from the source of addiction. Why? Because willpower alone is rarely enough to resist these algorithms. So instead of relying on self-control, restructure your environment to create scrolling more difficult and less appealing. Here's what you can do. Use a dumb phone. One of the most effective solutions is switching to a dumb phone for calls and texts, while keeping your smartphone for essential apps, for example maps or banking, but leaving it turned off in a drawer. This physical separation breaks the habit loop. Number two, set app timers. Most smartphones have wellness features that allow you to set daily limits for specific apps. For example, limit Reddit to half an hour and Instagram to 30 minutes. Over time, you'll find yourself naturally using these apps less and enjoying the time you do spend on them more. Before opening an app, pause and reflect on its purpose. Is it adding value to your life, or is it just a mindless escape? This simple question can create mental barrier to scrolling. Treat social media like a garden. Curate your feed intentionally. Unfollow accounts that trigger negativity or mindless scrolling, and follow those that educate, inspire, or bring joy. Social media can be a tool for growth if you cultivate it wisely. So once you have reduced access, the next step is to fill the time with activities that are more satisfying and aligned with your goals. Scrolling often fills a void, boredom, stress, or a need for connection. So, finding healthier alternatives is key. So here's what you can do. Replace bedtime scrolling with reading. So start with just 10 minutes a night. Choose a book that excites you, whether it's fiction, self-help, or a topic you are curious about. Over time, you'll find it not only more fulfilling, but also better for your sleep hygiene. Humans have always needed ways to express themselves. Whether it's journaling, drawing, painting, or even singing, having an outlet helps you process your thoughts and emotions. So start small. Grab a notebook and jot down your thoughts, or pick up a pencil and doodle. If you are feeling adventurous, try painting, singing, or even learning an instrument. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to channel your energy into something meaningful. Sometimes the urge to scroll disappears when you are engaged in something meaningful, like spending quality time with loved ones or pursuing passion. So call a friend, plan a coffee date, or spend quality time with family. If you are passionate about something, whether it's cooking, gardening, or photography, dedicate time to it. These moments remind us that real connections and fulfilling activities can naturally replace the need for mindless scrolling. This also highlights how much of our scrolling is driven by lack of connection or engagement in the present moment. Instead of reaching for your phone, the moment you feel bored, sit with the discomfort. Use that time to brainstorm ideas, reflect on your day, or simply daydream. Over time, you'll find that boredom often sparks creativity or leads to more productive activities. Your attention is your superpower. Don't let algorithms steal it. Because every minute spent scrolling is a minute not spent on something that could enrich your life. Here's the thing, willpower is limited. If you are spending all of it fighting with an algorithm designed to keep you glued to the screen, you will have little energy left for the things that truly matter. Hitting the gym, cutting back on sugar, studying, or working towards your goals. The truth is, you're not addicted to social media. You're just looking for something to do. And here's the good news. Activities like reading books, pursuing a hobby, or connecting with loved ones are more satisfying than passively watching other people's lives. By removing access to addictive apps and devices and replacing scrolling with fulfilling activities, you're not just breaking a habit, you're reclaiming your time, focus, and mental well-being. Your attention is too valuable to waste. So, take it back.